Hey there, it's BitB, and welcome out to another BitB stream. Thanks for coming out. It is Thursday, which is weird because we usually don't do any streams on Thursday, but I will explain that. So, I couldn't do a stream on Wednesday just because I did not feel up for it. It has been a very busy couple of days here. I've been doing a whole lot of stuff, I'm not going to get too into it, but it's been some heavy nonsense. I felt like I couldn't do it on Wednesday, so I decided to put it off until sometime later. And so I figured, hey, the next day after Wednesday, how about that? And so to make up for that, I decided, hey, let's do some VR, because that always turns out something at least remotely fun, or something remotely funny. But that's not the only thing. Now, I didn't do anything yesterday. I actually, instead of streaming, I went and did some technical work, and I don't know if you've noticed this or not, if you're looking at the stats or anything with the video, but I'm currently streaming at 1080 HD at 60 frames per second, which is not something this stream usually does. So hello. One of the big things is that I swapped over to using OBS as opposed to using XSplit, which XSplit is nice, but it's just a tiny bit laggy, and also it bogs things down a tad. After toying around with OBS, actually, I really like it. Especially since there's a lot of stuff that's open source with it, and there's a lot of extra little doodads and things you can do. For example, I guess built directly into OBS is a compression software that allows you to be able to compress here. I hope that my voice is coming out fairly well. I don't know. Do I sound good in relation to the music? I'm trying to get used to leveling things out in OBS. But, yeah, there's a compressor built directly into it, so you could just add that filter to your voice. So, now, if I suddenly start screaming, I don't break your ears. Now, what are we going to be doing for this VR stream? Nothing too hardcore. I'm going to be looking at some of the old ones that have slightly updated since now. Like one or two new ones, and then a couple that I have never streamed on stream, but I've been interested in playing it on stream anyway. I don't know. All right, I think I'm going to start here with a new app that was recently released. It's not going to be all that impressive, but I thought it was kind of neato. It's called Welcome to Light Fields, and this is a Google application. Now, from what I understand, I think these are scenes that are designed. Well, it's actual literal pictures that were taken, but the pictures were taken with a special camera that took a sweep of what the left eye will see and then what the right eye will see. And then you need to keep your head in a specific position and just sort of hover around in place and just take a look at a room. Which has always bugged me, because whenever you do anything picture-wise in VR, it always has to be in a bubble, and you can tell it's in a bubble. This technology actually makes it so that it doesn't look like a bubble. It looks like you're actually sitting in a room. It appears that your CPU is below our minimum specs. This application may not perform as intended. I'm willing to take that risk. And it's a decent frickin' processor, so whatever. There we are. Welcome to Light Fields, brought to you by Google VR. So, yes, I think this is not one of those rooms. This is actually being rendered out. We've got a guided tour, or we can just straight up go to the gallery. I don't need no tours. I can just go to a place. So, what do we start out? Oh my, there's a lot of these. Good God. I didn't realize how many of these there were. How many of these do we want to even see? I'm gonna say you. Why not? Ooh. Yes. So, yeah, as you can see, this is just a picture that was directly taken, but it was taken dynamically, so that it's funny because all the reflections and everything that you see being reflected. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you saw that. If I move my head out of the area where the camera didn't take any pictures, everything goes dark. But it's literally just a technology that stitches all of these images together, and you yourself can just take a look at how things are reflecting, and the reflections look crystal clear and like perfectly real. Like, that's the spooky part. As they should, because they're real, honest-to-God world reflections that were taken. Just pictures. I'm not entirely sure where I'm at. I don't know. Is there a name for this place? Well, let's take a look at a tea set. Ah, yes. Now, the problem is that now I want to just reach out and grab the tea set, but I can't do that. Oh, weird. So I can slightly look into the sinks. Stuff on the bottom. What's going on? I think I can see like a little bit of the tripod or something like right there. Yeah, and what happens when you... Oh yeah, when you duck down, they're just... everything disappears. It expects that your head stays up. Okay. Oh my god. That is ridiculous. It's so crazy to think that this is not some kind of a rendered window or anything. This is like hundreds of pictures that have just been taken and being dynamically laid out in front of my eyes. Oh, Jesus Christ. And on that other note, those aren't actually clear either. This is all just an image. But it's very intelligently put together. Am I easily impressed? I think I might be easily impressed. You know, funny, this kind of reminds me of Doom. And how the entirety of Doom isn't actually 3D rendered, but it's 2D, but they've tricked your eye, and they've tricked the system into believing it's 3D. I just want to see the camera setup, because I've seen a few camera setups. They're literally just gigantic orbs, and then the camera just rotates around a couple of times for one eye, and then the second one rotates around for the second one. Hello? Ooh. Oh, what? Neat. Oh, crazy. So is this the outside of that house, or is this just a brand new location? Oh, weird. They've baked a whole bunch of plaster nonsense into whatever this is. It kind of takes away from the artistic integrity of the place when you turn around just being like, hey, look, there's a power outlet and what appears to be a what even is that? Let me see. It just looks like a random cable they just hook up for something. Oh, yeah, right. Oh. Yeah, and then you can see all like the 3D cups that are just sticking out of the walls in here. Door. See, the crazy thing is there is like depth of field when it comes to things outside. Like just looking around, I can see in the background that the trees are ever so slightly. Oh, actually, yeah, I think they did this on a particularly windy day because I can see that the tops of the trees are just a little bit wonky. Well, I have been curious for a while to see what a person would actually look like here. So let's see this nice couple. Hey guys, oh dear God. I think it would just be mean to say just like, okay, you two, stand 100% still. Don't move in any way, shape, or form while we take these pictures. We're going to be standing here for 1 minute. Like, I don't think they would be able to do that. I know I wouldn't. Look at that giant fortune cookie. I see a chicken in this. Hold on. You've immediately caught my attention with chicken. Ooh. Yeah. Oh. A tiny little porcelain chicken. I guess this is just a shop where you can buy trinkets and things. Oh yeah, and then a whole bunch of fortune cookies. I wonder if maybe this is that couple's shop, perhaps. Making the counters, and they look all pretty. It almost looks olden world, olden style. And then you look in the background, like, well, that's a Mac. There's a printer. I got a picture right here. I'm sure that's probably this place, like in the 50s. They got a microwave. Oh my God, this is straight up a kitchen. I just noticed that. There's a microwave, and there's some paper towels. There's a sink. Oh, wow. Studio apartment is right. Actually, no, this looks, it looks like this is straight up a movie set. Yeah, because you've got the open air thing, but they got the backdrop, which, funny enough, yeah, it sort of pseudo looks 2D from here. Which I guess it would look 2D if you weren't looking at this from some 2D Hollywood lens. Oh, you know what's really cool? just looking at this camera here, I can see the reflections and everything reflecting off of the inside of that lens. How long have I had the Vive? Long time. I don't think I was one of the first adopters. I had to go and get the 1080 graphics card first, just so I had something that ran it. Have I tried ISS Mission? Oh, hello, Franco. ISS Mission. What is that, and where can I find it? Is that a game on Steam? Unfortunately, I haven't bought much for the Vive just because it really impressed me at the gate, and then I got really sad and I didn't see anything really cool coming out for it. Your house is nice. I know, right? I mean, just look at the place. Just it's very contemporary, but old school at the same time. Look at everything on the fireplace, and they're doing renovations. Just ignore all that. I might need Revive. Actually, I do have Revive. I've never attempted to try too much with Revive. Basically, I've tried all the demos that are available at the start for Oculus software. Come to think of it, do I still have Oculus software installed on my computer? I don't know. It's free on the Oculus Store. I'm going to take a look at that. So, thanks for the suggestion. But that caught my attention. Let me see this. Oh. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, this is a church. Cool. Oh, wow. I'm so glad that I haven't gotten over the whole, like, oh my god, it looks like it's right there. Because I haven't. Especially since I can see all the dynamic... I shouldn't say dynamic, because that's not what it is. It's just a bunch of pictures. But, you know. Praise Jesus! Right. Oh, yeah, this reminds me. I saw, I don't know if you've seen that one Star Wars video recently that ILM, those guys, have made. Oh, it's like a $150,000 NVIDIA graphics server. Like a real-time engine kind of thing where they were showing off dynamic ray tracing, where the reflections off of people's helmets and armor and things were spot on. It actually looks really freaking good, and it looks like a big budgeted kind of thing, and apparently it wasn't. It sounds cool, and unfortunately it's just like a video demo. But it does look pretty cool, and it is kind of funny. Oh, hey, contemporary house. Neat, I like. This is just straight up a house at this point. Oh, it looks like a loft. Let me take a look at this stuff in here. So what do we have in here that's like brand new and modern? I see, oh, that's a Canon camera lens. We have straight up television. I mean, this is just a house. Straight up house. They've got a nice surround system. It does make me sad that like I can't go too far left or too far right, or the picture goes away. Yeah, I didn't even look at the detail of the floor thanks to this being hundreds and hundreds of pictures, but because of that, I can actively see just light shining off of it. All right. Oh, hey guys. Hi. Oh, this is awkward. Why are you all staring at me? Oh, and also this. Nothing. Just nothing. This is just awkward. I feel like I'm being stared at from all angles here. I feel like I'd be a lot more comfortable if everybody was just kind of doing their own thing. They're expecting me to do something. Okay. Grab me a power drill or something. I could fix that in there. Oh, I just noticed. Oh yeah, in the background you can see. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there. If I move my head this way and that way, you can see the ghost of somebody walking back there. Any more? Oh yeah, a couple more back there. They should have told people to just stand still. Look, hey guys, hold up. We're taking a dynamic picture for nerds. Dance monkey. Well, it'd be a lot more impressive if I actually had body cam on. So what's this doohickey? Oh, that's not okay. That is really not okay. So this is what I was talking about before. The whole. Oh yeah, it's a set of GoPros. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, that's weird. Yeah. So the way they do it is they set up this thing full of GoPros, and then depending on where my head is, they take pictures, and then they stitch it all together, and they put it into this VR thing. And I thought that was really cool when I first saw it. That's my real body. Beep boop. I am robot. This is just meta. I'm sorry. This is weird. Oh, and then they have just a regular standard. Actually, it looks like a GoPro 5. Every other GoPro in there looks like a GoPro 4. I can see some... Oh, hey. I see some people eating lunch out there. Hello. Well, I guess now would be a good time to take a look at all this space stuff. I'm curious. I would like to see what this looks like. Wow. Ooh. Cool. Oh, this is like a space museum, straight up. Neato. Did not know that. Full body tracking. I've heard about it, but I haven't really looked at videos actively. I get the idea behind it, though. You know, just the whole idea that you just move your arms and more than just your hands and just more than just your feet, just the whole of your body. I don't know, it sounds a little bit like Kinect, except it works. Sounds fun. There's not much here aside from, hey, look, you're in the museum. I'm too far away from anything for it to impress me. Well, you definitely get a sense of freaking scope when you're next to these things, that's for sure. This thing is very huge. Yeah. It's funny that nowadays Microsoft has kind of caved in and went, yeah, the Kinect was a mistake. We shouldn't have done the thing. I find it funny that they were just hammering it into people's faces as much as possible, to the point where, like, the first Xbox Ones just came with it out of the box, being like, no, you will play our nonsense, waggle-faggle, no controller system. I'm kind of glad they've gotten through that phase. And now they're actually working on making a good experience game-wise now, which is what they should have done in the first place. But yet, whatever. I won't be judgmental. I'll just be judgmental quietly. Oh, cool. Neat. This is one of those chambers on planes where they're testing people out for zero gravity, right? I seem to... Either that or this is just a cargo bay. That's possible, too. They look very similar. I don't know. They're all just blindingly white. You remember a long time ago in commercials, they would be talking about space camp? I always wanted to go to something like that, but... Of course, my parents were like, we are not going to fit the bill, so you can travel out and go to space camp. Okay, fair enough. It's crazy to think that something like this, it almost looks sci-fi-ish, but it's totally not. Like, this is a real thing that exists in the world. Yeah. Yeah, space camp is an American thing. They had commercials for it for every single one of the Saturday morning kid shows. Like, you saw a lot of that on Nickelodeon. Like, they advertised that all the time on Nickelodeon game shows, where they would say, "You get a trip to space camp. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You can go out to this place," and then you realize it was just a big ol' advertisement. Okay, oh, we're here on the other side of that area. So, I guess this would be a cockpit area? Or just a place to sort of brace yourself while you're taking off? Load it up. I find it funny that they said that my computer processor was too outdated for this. It's like, it might not work properly. Pfft. Shush. Is the image quality alright in the HMD? You don't really like viewing 3D images through the headset. Is the image quality alright in the HMD? I mean, yeah. It looks pretty good. See, the problem is that you always have kind of a little bit of a bias. Well, it all looks particularly clear, but everything also has that screen door effect going on, where everything sort of looks like you're looking at it through a wind mesh, so it's hard to tell. But if you kind of ignore it and just pretend like you have a wind sock on your head, everything looks very clear. Oh, you feel more comfortable in rendered rooms. Again, here's the weird thing, is that with this experience, it really genuinely does feel like a rendered room. But, again, you lean your head out a little too far, and suddenly the picture goes away. Because it's only pictures that were taken within this little sphere. But as long as you stay inside the sphere, which they've given plenty of wiggle room, it looks like a rendered room, and it's crazy. That's one thing that I really hate. When somebody takes like a full wraparound 3D picture and then puts it into a game, and they're like, "Hey, a full 3D room experience." No, it's not. I can tell. It's only a model. All right. Yep. I was a dum-dum. We hadn't gotten to that part yet. Yeah, here's all the switches and the doodads and fobs and whatever. Well, this is a place I'm probably never going to be in my life. I can almost guarantee you that. I don't think anyone would trust me to be in a room like this. You know, just start pressing buttons and flipping switches. Oh, do we need this fuse? No, we don't need this. 2 more. They look kind of innocuous, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Ooh. I see you in the reflection. Do I play much multiplayer games in VR? No. Matter of fact, I've looked at VR chat a couple of times. That just seems like a whole mess. I don't want to really futz about with that. I do a lot of single-player experiences, though. I don't know. There's not enough... Well, the cool thing is that with VR chat is that you don't have to worry about somebody else owning the headset thing. You can just log in with the headset yourself, and then other people that don't have it, they just paddle around with controls. So that's a good bridge between the two things. I don't know. That just seems like a really creepy area of the internet that I don't want to take this stream and this show to. Okay. What the heck? Where am I? What is this? I don't even know. I feel like this is one of the more dangerous places to put me because there's a bunch of hoses and things I probably shouldn't be pulling on. Yet I'm going to do it anyway. VR commercial. Oh, all right. So Frankie says it was just for VR in general. A commercial. Someone decided their project would look cool in their commercial. I feel like having just a commercial in VR would be very intrusive and kind of annoying. Look, I would love it if somebody just ran through here and just like slapped me. Or it's just like, buy Coke! And then ran that way. It's like, okay, gee, thanks. That guy screaming in the back, no, buy Pepsi! Well, like, clearly the Pepsi guy, he didn't actually come and slap me. So clearly my dollar goes to the Coke guy who had the balls to slap me in the face. Let's end it on this sweet moment. That's adorable. Though, again, the way that this setup works is that the camera itself has got to do a whole bunch of rotations. So did they just tell them, hold the kiss, hold, hold, keep together, you two? Did you guys just craft yourself a porcelain fragment bathtub to just sit in the garden? I'm impressed. All right, I think that'll do it for this app. I don't really have anything else for me to do here. You know what? We got people in the chat. How about this? I have not done this in a while. I have not booted up Tilt Brush in a while. I'm interested in seeing some of the newer stuff that people have made, and also I could maybe take a suggestion from you guys, and I could try and paint something. Oh, right. Yep. What the heck? All right, that immediately caught my attention. Wow, this guy did a whole lot of micromanaging with this one. Dude, no friggin' way. Let me see. Because I think there's a way you can... Oh, yeah, there we go. Good God. Let's size him up here to about the proper height. Wow. This is a lot of detail. Who? All right, I need to go back to the gallery and actually see who did this. Okay, this is American Gothic by Anya Dreams VR. Very well done. Good God. Poke. There. Look at another classic one, don't we? Wow. Cool. All right. That's nuts. And this was made by Jay Tang. All rights reserved. Right. I didn't know you could actually put a copyright on... I mean, that makes sense. You could put copyright on 3D artwork, but I guess it never really occurred to me. I wonder if they've made any major changes. Oh, hey, I saw this before. Yeah, I remember seeing, like, I was watching this. This is from Jack's Films, Jack Douglas. He did a thing for his show Yai, and somebody decided to go crazy and actually did like a portrait of him, except a crazy, terrifying one. Dear God. Let's not just say someone. Let's actually put a name to it. Threedonimus. That was him. I want to pull it like in way and close. There we go. That's scary. Let me see. Wow, we insane. You even drew the throat. Why? Okay, so Jack has a demon tongue. Noted. This is something like straight out of The Thing. This looks interesting. Rain. Oh dear God, I am not going to be able to do that name justice. Rain Bijlsma. Mega City work in progress. I'm gonna take a look at that real quick. Wow, Blade Runner. Cool. So yeah, this is just him laying on all the extra accent and stuff. Computer crap. Neat. Boy, and this is a work in progress. How much more are you gonna be doing with this? There's a way that you can export this in some way, right? I forget. It would suck for him to put in this much effort. Whoever this is, like, you know, I don't know. I don't know who you are, sir, or madam, but it would kind of suck to put a whole bunch of this effort into making something like this and for it to just kind of sit in this software forever and ever. You feel like I'm a giant toddler smashing around Tokyo. Love how you said giant toddler instead of like something manly like Godzilla. So yeah, I'm out here in the middle of this space area. Draw a were. My God, you're starting off pretty hardcore so far. I'm not a great artist. I could try and draw a werewolf, but ooh, I don't know. That might be a bit too tough for the first drawing here. Anything else? I'm trying to remember how this works because I haven't done Telbrush in a long time. Draw space or the night sky. Now you're going too easy because I could easily just like flip, 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 flip. And then here we go. We're going to bring in a little crescent moon into the equation. For some other stupid reason, there's another moon sitting over here. And then, bam, you've got some sort of apocalyptic space. Draw the galaxy to scale. God, you are putting my smarts up to the test because I have no idea. I guess I could try and draw the Milky Way. I'm going to bring it up to about this color. Because, I mean, this is about the size that I can make it, but then I can shrink it down so that it's about this size. Here. Oh, dear. This is a bad idea. If I get disconnected from this thing, you'll know why. Now, more for the Milky Way. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a way that I can maybe make the swirls happen. I wonder... Did I incorporate fire in some means? Looks kind of neat. Here, I want to try something out real quick. Feel like this isn't going to work. Ooh. Not a bad concept. Makes it a little brighter. What actually? Oh, hey, I just had an idea. This is going to be kind of a fast motion. Yeah. This is going to be a really fast motion Milky Way. But what if I were to start out with little spirals coming into the center? Okay. Here, let's... oh, and let's try and angle this so that it's... It just looks like I'm in an inferno of fire. Oxymoron is oxymoron. Ooh. We are indeed getting somewhere, I think. What streamers? I forget. Oh, right, these. Yeah, I think we could use some of these. Set them in between all the flames. So now, after this... I mean, the Milky Way has got an absolute crap load of stars going on. What's Embers again? I don't know if I can use that because it's floating up. There is no upwards in space. There's just all throughout. Here. So now I feel like it would be a good idea to begin putting some stars all throughout this thing. Zoom out and work from top down. Yeah, I think we're close enough, actually. Fine enough, fair enough. Ooh. Yep, that is what I just spent making. It is very shimmery and pretty. It almost looks like the Milky Way, but the accents around here kind of maybe here. I just want to hide the whole fact that there's a seam of fire. There we go. Oh my God, that works. Look at that. Let's pick what we want to do for our light source in the center. Maybe just straight up. Well, no. I don't want to just make a fireball. That's kind of neat. As you pull back, it just looks like a shimmery what's-it. But as you come in a little bit closer, you can see all the details of it circling into the center. I'm going to save the sketch. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, right, save icon. That sort of doesn't. Oh, and then I can look in my sketchbook and I can look at all my sketches, right. Herps, yeah. There it is. Oh, God, that is a very wonky-looking Milky Way. Oh, dude. This thing. That was drawn a little earlier, and then, oh, yeah. And then I drew directly in front of it. Yeah, this is from that one stream that me and my buddy Ben did. Where it's just like, let's draw the BitB logo. Streams, I put the dots down, and then I got bored and put Pac-Man here. Okay, so you said a wizard. I mean, be a wizard? Did you want me to just make a wand and like some sort of a magical spell coming out of it or something? Oh, make fireball. Well, first off, if we're going to be a wizard, we need ourselves a good old-fashioned wizard stick. Well, lightning is real freaking easy. You know, I'm going to do lightning. Actually, here's an idea. How about we do, let's do 2 different wizard attacks attacking each other at the same time. How about that? All right. Let's take a couple of, like, shoot-offs on the branch. Let us also put down some darker accents into the wood. It doesn't look too much like a... It almost looks like a shit lightning. A little bit. Do my best Bob Ross impression. Alright, if we're going to be making a magic wand, you need to use the proper tools. Now, his magic wand is made out of the finest wood that you can find, but I think for me, I'm going to make this man a fine gentleman. And his tool is going to be a customary magic wand that you see in a magic show. For the rest of the video. Not doing that. So for his magic wand, we're just going to start up by making a small little stroke. Nothing too fancy. If it's a little bit jagged, you can retry it. No pressure. Absolutely no pressure when it comes to painting. You do whatever is comfortable in your mind. Now, next up, most of these things have the white tip on it, so want to make sure that we make it in proportionate to the body. You mentioned earlier that you want to see somebody shoot magic lightning. Well, that can easily be done with the electricity tool. Let's just grab that. And magic electricity tends to be a blue hue. So I think we can live with this color, right? It's oddly phallic. It's up to your interpretation. However you wish to see your magic. There we are. We got ourselves a magic missile or magic lightning. Magic missile will be coming from this guy. We're going to give him a little bit of fire. Starting out with a reasonably bright color. Let's start with the fireball itself. of this size, their magic is intermixing a bit as they are trying to fight. You can imagine that one side of magic is trying to fight off the other. Yin to your yang, as it be. And now, a couple of streaks off of the fireball, coming directly from the wand. Alright. Add a little bit of accent, because not everything is one color. And variety is the spice of life, and you want to add as much as you feel comfortable with. Now, I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to put the hottest part of this flame right up at the front of it. There we go. As it trails off. Speaking of trails, we're going to add just a few more trails to ours. Now for the finishing touches, we're going to give this thing a little bit of accent flair. These are going to be embers that are coming directly off of it, which means that they're going to be a little darker. There we are. Not too many. Just enough. Enough that makes it look pretty. And then we want to add just a little bit of ember coming off of the tail. There we are. Look at that. I'd say that does the job. Now, I don't know. We've done so much work on the fireball here. I feel like that the lightning could have a little bit more of an accent as well. Give his friend a little bit of something. We're going to give his electric bolts just a little bit of extra flair coming off it. It's a little bit too big. Let's shrink it down some more. That's right. Trying to keep it dead center. It isn't too hard, but it's not the easiest thing in the world. That's okay. You have your undo button. We don't make mistakes. We make happy undos. And actually, I'm still not satisfied with this. So how about we go ahead and we add a little bit more of a color to it. The blue is all nice, but I think we could go something in the purple. Let's try this. Put blue on the most powerful strikes that we got here. There we go. It's actually looking pretty good. I'm going to add it to every single one. There we are. Now, I can't help but notice that that wand is very pronounced, but this one looks like it's blended a little bit too much into the fireball. We want it to be a wand. Let's give this wizard a little bit of an accent. Something that characterizes him. Let's say that he has a bit of a leaf coming off. Just a little bit. He's at one with nature. Well, now I'm kind of wondering whether or not we can do the exact same thing with this wand, because it just seems like a vapor in the air. I will say, I do wish that they would add the blocks to tilt brush and just get it over with. But you work with the tools that you got, and sometimes they're just enough for what you need. There we are. That distinguishes it from something that you find in your bowl. Any other suggestions for this real quick? Before we call this one a day? An explosion. Not a bad idea. Let me see. Let me see what we can do in our repertoire. The smoke might be good. The smoke might actually work very well for this. Alright, with the smoke coming from his. Now, for accent's sake, let's add a little bit of electricity to it. There we go. It sort of wafts in the air. Explosions of both powers. And then if you look at it from the side, you can see that it's a full-on fireball. Electricity. I think we got ourselves a painting. Well, I'd like to thank all of you for coming out today to this wonderful painting. God bless. And then roll the music. I think that works out pretty good. I do like writing out words and stuff in the sky using this thing here. Ta-da! This has been pretty fun. So we've made this thing. We have made ourselves the Milky Way. I don't have a whole lot of more time than I want to spend on doing tilt brush stuff, but this has been fun. Oh, there's one thing I wanted to... While we're doing all this Google stuff, I don't know, let's just throw all Google stuff into a weird Google mesh or whatever the heck. I haven't checked this out since it originally released, but Google Earth VR just recently updated with the whole like Street View thing. Now, there's Street View stuff that they added on recently. I'm pretty sure that is the case of they put you in a bubble and you look around inside the bubble, and because they're not specialized pictures. It's not like that one app that we tried. But I like Google Earth. Google Earth is a cool thing. So where do I want to travel out to? See, the cool thing is that with the menu, let me see. Let me look at this real quick. Tutorial, swap left, right, map labels. Turn off the music. We don't really... Well, it adds atmosphere. Let's go ahead. I'm not... Restrict altitude. Nope. Fixed human scale. Experimental feature. Stay at human scale at any alto. Jesus, what? I haven't heard of that. Wait a minute. How does that work? Oh, point and click on the orb to enter... Oh, Nito, hi. Yeah, like I said, this is just Google Street View, except like nothing's 3D. I'm just sort of looking around inside an orb. I'm just not interested in stuff like that. Now, the fun thing is that everything just looks polygonal when you're on the ground like this. Fixed human scale. What does that mean? So if I were to push up... Oh, I see what it means. Okay. All right, I don't know if it felt all that different to you guys, but... Holy shit. Yeah, all right. So they've changed it so instead of it feeling like the Earth is sort of changing around you, you are just levitating off the ground. Oh, what an interesting minor change that is. All right. Well, let's fly. Superman! Good thing I've turned on this this comfort view mode. Fly faster. Oh, that's disorienting as hell. All right, now I'm on top of here. Oh, that's cool. Anyway, are there any particular locations you think would be interesting to go visit? Because I think there is an option to... Yeah, there's a search option now, which that didn't used to be in Google Earth VR. And that bugged me, because I'm like, I want to go to some locations that I can just type in. Why can't I do that? One of these places was Disney, correct? Or wait, was it? I felt like they did label Disney on this thing at one point. I'd like to see if maybe I can find it. Oh, yeah, Disney World. Because I'm sure some of the Street View cameras probably work here. There's the Magic Kingdom. Oh, yeah, hey. Oh, weird. This is just a picture somebody took by having a handheld camera. This is all well and good. You know, there's a part of me that really badly wanted to go to Disney when I was younger, but like I said, I couldn't even go to space camp, so... Oh, here's something. I wonder, have I ever been here? I want to see if I can go to Tokyo. Where are the places that I've seen like so many people talk about? It's just like, oh, I took a trip there. I wouldn't know. I haven't done a crap load of research when it comes to this stuff. Well, I think Osaka's a pretty big one. Now, I've seen a whole bunch of people talk about, like, this particular area in Japan tends to have some of the most anime-related nonsense going on in it. So, I don't know if I want to look too close. But I don't want to go to Japan just, like, for that kind of thing. Like, they got some interesting stuff involved with just their history and some of the things that they've done. There's some other crazy nonsense that you can find that is outside of just, like, you know, anime weeaboo nonsense. That, and I feel like it would just be insulting to be like, hey, where's all the anime babes? It's just being like, that is not who we are. But it is. You're not helping. Kind of crazy that, like, Central Park is basically right in the center of Manhattan, so it's very easy to just pick out, being like, Central Park! is this? Is this the, I don't know what this is. What is this? Just a random boat that this thing happened to capture by accident? Or is there genuinely like a crag out in the middle of the Central Park? I wonder if they're ever going to add the Mars option. Because I know there's a Mars option for just regular Google Earth. They're going to add the option to just walk around a desolate orange wasteland. While every once in a while finding Elon Musk there. He somehow managed to, like, take the entirety of Mars, cave it out, and that's just his entire kingdom now. What? Or something? I don't know. I mean, you don't have much that you can do with Google Earth. That's the thing. I actually had to reinstall this thing because I didn't have it on my computer, because I don't use it. It's like there's no real point in using it at all. It's a fun thing to play around with and explore every once in a while, but it's not something that you really want to actively use. Man, I think we're going to exit that one. That being said, I'm going to get out of this thing. Because it is warm. Okay. I'm going to stop rambling here, and I'm going to finish up the stream. But thanks, everybody who popped out just to say hello. I appreciate it very much. I'm going to edit it down, and it'll be up on the YouTube page sometime after it's finished. I stream on Saturdays, Sundays, and Wednesdays. All of them starting at around 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm streaming today because I missed last Wednesday. So hopefully this made up for it. Some of the other games I'm currently doing. I don't do VR all that often, but I'll jump into it if I am in the mood or if there's a particular game I'm really interested in. As of late, I've been doing a whole lot of Ace Attorney type of stuff. So at this moment, I'm doing Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth, and that usually happens on Saturday. And then I got a couple other games that I kind of hodgepodge around. I've been playing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I've been trying to finish that up. And that's been pretty fun. I just recently finished the third Divine Beast, and I want to move on to the fourth one when we play that. I also want to get that motorcycle, for God's sakes. I want it so bad. Then, other games I got, West of Loathing, which I considered playing, last Wednesday, but I wasn't really feeling up to it, and I decided instead I'm gonna take that energy and I'm gonna put it into a VR thing today, so. Oh, right, the Stardew Valley multiplayer. I'm looking forward to when that comes out. I've said this time and time again, but when that comes out, I want to jump on it. I have a pseudo kind of plan. I don't know. It depends on when they finally announce it's coming out. Or at least when the beta comes out. So I'll see when that happens. But for now, I'm going to take off. Again, thanks for coming out. See you next time.